So here's the secret map. I was always kind of intrigued by these purple walls. It definitely is very strange how they're all set up. But anyway, back to the nostalgia. I did most of my Wolfenstein playing on Super Nintendo. It was easily accessible, and back when we lived in Idaho, there was two computers. There was my brother's computer, which was like a 286 or something, and then there was my dad's computer, which was like a 486. It was a lot stronger, and I remember watching my dad play Doom on that computer, and you know, it ran all good, and then my brother's computer ran it all crappy. But I think my brother's computer ran this okay, but probably not as good as you're seeing it right now, because the game runs at 70 frames a second. It's actually not 60, but 70. It was remarkably fast for its time, if you could take advantage of all the frames and whatnot. So yeah, very fast game, but also a very difficult game. And that was one of the first things I noticed when I started playing the PC version in the summer of 2000, is it's hard. Because the enemies can do a whole lot of damage, even the weakest enemy in the game, and every single enemy is a hit scan enemy, so you know, you're not given a lot of leeway in that regard. Not to mention, you know, those blue guys like that I just killed are just super strong. They can mess you up real bad if you're not careful. Playing an EC Wolf makes it a lot easier though, because the mouse control is much better. One of the problems with Wolfenstein 3D is that the mouse control is extremely limited, because it has a cap on it. There's a speed cap, so you can only use it so fast before... You can only turn so fast before the game basically just says, no, you can't go faster than this. And it makes the mouse almost worthless. So, yeah. EC Wolf removed that cap at some point, and believe me, I was a happy camper when they did that. I probably talked about this in another LP, but it doesn't hurt to reiterate it, I guess. Okay, I think this is the end of the level. I don't want to be here just yet. Rediscovering Wolfenstein on PC, or, well, it was more discovering it, because I'd never really played it on PC. I only saw it played very briefly. So my brother had it. I remember he got the chain gun and was like, oh, I got the German killing machine now. You know, that was a lot of fun, but I never really got to play the game myself. I was more of a Doom player at that time. And, you know, it would have been a tough game for me as a kid, for sure. There's no doubt about that. This is a very brutal game sometimes, and the only reason it looks so easy now is just because I'm so used to it, and I have good mouse control for once. Introduced by the almighty EC Wolf, which I definitely recommend using to play the game, because it just makes things so much easier, yet retains most compatibility with, you know, mods. Well, it depends on the mods, but really what I meant is it remains old school. It's not like adding free look and changing the physics all around. It's very nice. It's essentially the Z-Doom of Wolfenstein, but not quite. I'd say it's a little less like Z-Doom, because Z-Doom changes a lot of things. This really doesn't. Another nice thing is, my god, there's a map. Yeah, isn't that useful? EC Wolf added a map feature not too long ago, and it's definitely a godsend, because it's very easy to get lost in these levels, even after all these years of playing. So yeah, definitely great. I think that alleviates a lot of players' frustrations with the game, because getting lost in these very maze-like levels is one of the worst things that happens in Wolfenstein. So yeah, definitely good that they added a map feature. Yeah, so EC Wolf does rock. I love EC Wolf, and I'm glad that it finally came to be. But now I'm using it for just regular Wolfenstein instead of playing, you know, like the tech demo or any of the other Woolly Wool mods I've played over the years. So, as far as Wolfenstein goes, I really like the Super Nintendo version, even though it's all butchered and censored. It just had a charm to it, and you know, as a kid, I couldn't really complain because, hey, I'm playing Wolfenstein, why not? It wasn't that big of a deal to me. But now, as an adult, looking back, I can't believe I actually played that shit, because it's, I mean, the gameplay is at least better than Super Nintendo Doom, but it's still clunky and unintuitive, and, you know, it's censored for no reason. Well, not really no reason, but not really a good reason anyway. It's just, I don't know, it's all around annoying, and I can't believe that they, like, just let that happen. So that's a shame, but that's how I got in all my Wolfenstein back in the day. You know, because it's all I had. You have to remember that. So that was Wolfenstein as a kid. Yeah, that summer of 2000 really was magical, and I'm glad that, you know, it panned out the way it did, because it truly was probably the last amazing summer, you know, of my life at that point, because, not to bash any of the other summers, but just in comparison, the summer of 2000 was so much better than the summer of, like, anything else. I'd say the only thing that comes close was 1999, and that was because of Smash Brothers. Okay, I'm getting really lost now. I thought I knew where I was going, but apparently I don't. I need to go... Okay, I need to go back and through that door. Yep, it's not easy. Here we go. There we go. This is where I need to be. So here's the fake exit with a million fucking SS in it. As a kid, I thought this was like the scariest room ever, because there's, you know, the SS you gotta be careful with, because they can do a ton of damage from even a distance. If you get shot by them even just once, you can kiss up to half your health goodbye sometimes, because the game's damage system is very unforgiving. There's a crap load of treasure in there, and all sorts of other goodies. Okay, now let me go ahead and prep a save here. Yeah, it's in all caps because I have the map set to caps lock, because using tab interferes with the cheat codes, but there we go, there's the secret map all done.